Favorite plant of the week.
We've got a special surprise for Plant of the Week from March 18th through 24th. It's a double Plant of the Week. We've got 2 plants going on sale for 25% off this week. It's the Royal Raindrop Crab and all of our varieties of boxwoods. First off, the Royal Raindrop Crabapple tree is a tree that gets 20 feet tall to 15 feet wide, has bold pinkish red flowers in the spring, followed by tiny reddish purple fruits that provide good food for birds in the wintertime. It is heat and drought tolerant once it is established and has excellent disease resistance. That being said, you should probably keep an eye out for cedar apple rust and treat that accordingly. The Royal Raindrop Crab apples are adaptable to any type of well-drained soil, but they do enjoy a pH level of 5 to 6.5 and thrive in those soil conditions the best. You should plant these in an area that receives full sunlight, and while drought tolerant, lack of water will affect the next year's flower and fruit production. In the summertime, keep an eye out for bagworms and prune out crossing branches in the winter when the lack of foliage exposes the branch structure. All our boxwood varieties are on sale this week. Boxwoods are distinguished by their dense branching and glossy green leaves. Typically, boxwoods have one major flush of growth in the spring, and their shape can easily be maintained. Boxwoods can be tailored to part sun, shade, and full sun, all depending on the variety, and we have varieties that are naturally rounded, conical, or upright growing. A dwarf variety may be too slow growing to get a quickly established hedge, but a fast-growing variety may outgrow its shape if a topiary effect is desired. You should plant boxwoods in the spring or early summer to allow the roots to develop in time to survive the winter. They like good drainage and don't like wet feet, which is the official landscaping term for wet, saturated soils. They do like a fall soaking, though, to prepare them for winter. Prune boxwoods in the late winter or early spring to prevent that tender new growth from being desiccated during winter months. Bronzings on boxwood is the most common issue and is generally due to too much sun and wind exposure in the winter months. Select your varieties and planting locations accordingly. We have a large number of boxwood varieties available at this time. First is the green ice boxwood. This is a 3 feet tall by 4 foot wide shrub at full growth. It is a hardy globe shape that maintains a good green winter color that does not have a boxwood's notorious odor. It is great as an accent or border hedge and grows compactly and densely. Prefers sun to partial shade. Next, we have the Varder Valley boxwood. This grows 2 feet tall by 3 feet wide. Its new growth is powdery blue, which turns to green with time. It maintains green color year-round, great for borders or low hedges. It requires at least afternoon shade for best results. The green gem boxwood is 3 feet tall by 3 feet wide. It is a small, lush mound of emerald green summer foliage with some bronzing in the winter cold. It is a naturally oval formed and has dense evergreen foliage and is perfect for low hedges and an excellent foundation plant. This does prefer partial shade. The baby gem boxwood, 4 feet tall by 4 to 4 feet wide, is excellent for borders and focal areas. The dense mass of dark green leaves holds its color throughout the year. Deer and drought tolerant and does handle sun to partial shade very well. The green velvet boxwood is 2 to 3 feet tall by 2 to 3 feet wide. It is a slow-growing, compact, low-maintenance evergreen shrub. Dense dark green foliage holds color well in the winter and is ideal for a low hedge. It does tolerate shearing. It does best in part shade. The variegated English boxwood is 4 feet tall by 4 feet wide. Its small dark green leaves are bordered by an irregular creamy white variegation, adding interest in color. Easily pruned into topiary shapes or for a formal hedge. Also good for containers and foundation plantings. It is slow growing and prefers partial sun. The green mountain boxwood is 5 feet tall by 3 feet wide. This evergreen shrub has a cone-shaped growth habit. It is excellent as a hedge or a topiary and does prefer partial shade. And lastly, the green tower boxwood, 5 feet tall by 1 to 2 feet wide. This tall evergreen upright columnar form is great for tight places and massing. It can be pruned as a topiary, and it also prefers partial shade. Thanks. We look forward to seeing you out at the nursery this week as you check out Royal Raindrops Crabapple and all our various boxwood shrubs.
Blueberry plant of the week.